Hi, friends. Welcome to part 2 of Waiting on God, where we're going to discuss biblical figures exemplifying waiting. And also, in another part of this series, we will discuss some of the same figures exemplifying not waiting on the Lord. So, today we can pick on 4 because of time. And we're going to start with Abraham. These individuals, by the way, demonstrated faith and perseverance while trusting in God's timing and plan, and even had to go through very challenging circumstances. In Genesis, we find Abraham, also known as the father of faith, who was promised by God. God was his friend. He used to walk with God. He used to even serve him food. If you look in Genesis there, him and his wife were promised descendants as many as the stars in the sky. And he had to wait 25 years for God to fulfill his promise of descendants. Eventually, he received Isaac, the son of promise, as a son. Okay, so then we have Moses. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness tending sheep as a simple shepherd before God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. I believe that is where Moses learned how to be humble, be a true leader, and I believe he talked a lot with the Lord there, and this must have enhanced his humility quite a lot. Because as a leader, you need to have a lot of humility because of the people you're going to lead. Yeah. So David too was also anointed as king by Samuel, but had to wait years again. Like I believe he waited 21 years before ascending to the throne. You can see a pattern. God does take decades to develop his leaders. All right. And during that time, he faced persecution and trials, and also had the added burden, as sometimes happens, of raising leaders who you'll find the mighty men of God in 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel. You'll find his story there. Okay. Then the last one was Jesus, who waited 30 years. He was God in essence, but he still had to go through that training, okay? And before he began his public ministry, it shows that even God's son had a period of waiting and preparation. So do we. Okay.